Are you tired of losing every endgame in chess? This video will help you. Most chess games start with an opening and end with an endgame, unless of course you checkmate before. Knowing the endgame is very important, because every move decides the outcome of the game. In the endgame, the score can only be a draw or a win. First, you need to familiarize yourself with the basic principles of endgame play. First of all, the activity of the king. Try to bring the king closer to the center. In an endgame, the king is usually the strongest piece on the board. Secondly, let your pawns into queens. This is the basis of the game in the endgame. Third, do not rush. Think over your every move. In the endgame, even a small inaccuracy instantly leads you to defeat. To begin with, you need to familiarize yourself with such a concept as opposition. In chess, opposition is a situation in which two kings are two squares apart on the same rank. There are three types of opposition in chess: horizontal, diagonal and vertical. All of them are illustrated on the screen. Since kings cannot move adjacent to each other, each king prevents the other's advance, creating a mutual blockade. In this situation, the player not having to move is said to have the opposition. It is a special type of zugzwang and most often occurs in endgames with only kings and pawns. The side with the move may have to move their king away, potentially allowing the opposing king access to important squares. Taking the opposition is a means to an end, normally to force the opponent's king to move to a weaker position, and is not always the best thing to do. Let me show you a common example of taking on the opposition. White to move. What move would you make? King d5. This is the only winning move for white. Now white has captured the opposition and black has to lose. It would seem that black pawn cannot stop, but white has an escape. Find it. King b1. The only saving move. Now, if black moves pawn on c2, the king will go to c1 and on king c3 there will be a zugzwang. Amazing. White to move. How to promote pawn into queen. King b4. Again the only winning move of white. Now black cannot stop the advance of pawn a. It is better to analyze this example and understand it better. Now, let's talk about pawns a and h. These are side pawns. I have shown you an example on the screen. Black to move. How do you think the game will end? The game can end like this. Now the black king stands on square a8 and white can't win. Again, it is better to analyze this position yourself and understand it better. The same situation could arise with pawn h. Black king hides in the corner. White cannot win. In this video, we only dealt with a small part of the endgame. Of course, nobody will teach you the whole endgame technique in one video. This is a very hard part of the game. Many masters spend hours to understand specific positions. In any case, if you would like to continue such chess instructional videos, let me know.